Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here, and we're back on the home range, back from Raton. And this morning, we're going to, one, verify that I took my 1 mile dope off the rifle. Two, got to make sure I took the suppressor dope off the rifle. Then we're going to check zero real quick, and we're going to retest some of the 145 grain match burners that Izzy sent. Thank you, Izzy. So y'all sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. Alrighty, y'all. Well, no more life-size buffalo targets, no more 36-inch targets at a mile. We're back to half-inch dots here at 100 yards. And this morning, like I said, we're going to shoot some, reshoot some of the 145 grain match burners, pushed by 60 grains of Stay-Ball HD. We're going to check our zero on the left. We're going to shoot for a group on the right. And hopefully, everything's going to work out right. I want to see how well these run here at home without the suppressor, because last time we shot them we were at 7,000 feet and we were shooting with the suppressor and we were getting 2,800 feet per second, almost on the money. We'll see if they are, how much slower they're running down here. So let me get the camera going and we will hoof it on back to the firing line and get the last couple things set up, like change my glasses, get my ears, and we'll get to shooting. Bring y'all right back. Okay, so we got the Garmin set up. We got the eyes. Got my new ears that I picked up in Raton. We're going to see how well they work on the walled bay here. They've got little valves in them that are supposed to shut down. Quick shot of accuracy juice. Take my ECI out. And ears in. So I had left my mild dope on, and I also had my suppressor dope. So I took the mile off, I took the suppressor dope off, and hopefully we're going to be hitting near the dot. Oh, got my ears backwards. Hopefully we'll be hitting near the dot and that the scope didn't take a hard hit in transit. So we got a couple of rounds of the 145 grain match burners loaded up. Again, being pushed with 60 grains of Stay-Ball HD. We're going to be shooting on the left-hand dot, checking zero. Okay, so it looks like we're a little bit left. Elevation looks good. We're going to try 2 clicks right and see what happens. Interesting. 2919, but in Raton at 7,000 feet. Roughly the same temperature. It was only running 2,800. So first shot was 2919.7. And that moved us up to 11 o'clock off the dot. Looks like it's touching the dot. And now we are back down to 2821.4. Curious how that first cold bore shot was so much faster. Double check the Primer looks good. Brass looks good. And this batch of 145 match burners are loaded in Hornady brass. I might want to change my bag. This one's not quite cutting it. .805.8. And I jerked the snot out of that one at 2881.5. Okay, that last one was me jerking the trigger. We're not going to count that. I think the scope is close enough to on. I'm going to change my rear bag, and we're going to shoot for a group on the right-hand target. Alrighty. I've reloaded the magazine. I've changed to my polyfill bag. I couldn't get enough squeeze in the heavy bag, so I was kind of floating there, which is what made me jerk the trigger on that last shot. So we're going to shoot. I got 5 rounds of the 145 grain match burners left. We're going to shoot for a group on the right-hand dot, and as I recall, up in Raton at 7,000 feet. The best I could do was like maybe a 1.2 inch group with the match burners. But then again, I was also being a little distracted by the people around me. And then, of course, we had the little brat kid who was shooting the double bird at us in the background. Kind of funny, but yeah. So, eyes on, ears in. And here we go. 5-round group on the right-hand dot. .2802. .2815. .2823.0. And that one went a little bit left. .2817.2. .2810.6. Well, that group doesn't look all that good. I think it shot better with the suppressor, but I can't use that here behind enemy lines, blue state and all. So, that first shot being 2,900 plus gave us a wild extreme spread of 117.3 and an average of 2833.0 with a standard deviation of 37.8. I wonder if I can delete that one shot out of the shot list and get a better, yes I can. I'm going to delete that first shot, and now let's see what our session was. Okay, deleting that one fast shot, and our average was 2822.2. Extreme spread 79.2, standard deviation 23.4. So that's interesting. We will go down and pull that target and see how it looks. Let me put my chamber indicator in. There are other people on the range today. Let's go get it. Okay, so for simplicity's sake, the ammo I made to take to Raton. I didn't take known ammo. I made 3 different loads. It was 3 different bullets, but it was all the same charge weight, so it made life real easy for what I was going to do up there. Well, it doesn't look like 60 grains of Stay-Ball HD and the 145 grain match burners are working very well. I mean, first couple of shots looked good, but then the group opened up. Could be the powder that bullet doesn't like. Could be the velocity. Maybe it's not there. I don't know yet. But we'll see. We got the gun re-zeroed. My zero stop was perfect for the elevation. The windage, well, I was 2 clicks off. Compliments of the suppressor. We're almost to the target. Okay. That was our cold bore shot. That one came in at 2900. Put those 2 in after making a 2-click to the right adjustment. And then that one there, I jerked the snot out of the trigger, and the velocity jumped back up to 2881. Our first 2 shots, then it went wide left. That could have been me. I really didn't feel it, but it could have been me. And then back here. So that's going to make it an ugly group. That's going to be so-so. But let's go measure it out. So again, our zeroing group, first shot, cold bore, came in at 2919 and change. Adjust it right based off that hit. Put them here. That was me jerking the trigger. Came over here, put our first 2 shots here, and we had one go out here wild. I really didn't feel it, but it could have been me. But that made the group 2.39 inches. But if we take that one out, that group shrunk to 1.08. So this might be could be a matter of maybe playing with this seating depth a little bit. Have to contemplate that for a little bit. The weird thing to me though is, at 7,000 feet with the suppressor, we were at 2803 or 2805, something like that. And my rifle consistently runs about 50 to 70 feet faster with the suppressor. But these are all running faster without the suppressor. So gotta be temperature, because I actually think I'm a little bit warmer right now than it was in Raton. It's about 80 degrees right now, bright and early in the morning. Lots to think about there. Well. I have to thank Izzy for the 145 grain match burners. The more I think about it, the more I think we might try a little more jump next time we load those. I'll have to play with GRT and see how much higher I can go with Stay-Ball HD on that load. Again, it's still very curious that they're running faster down here than they were at 7,000 feet with the suppressor. I was actually expecting them to come in about 2750-ish. And much to my surprise, The average 22.2 once we took that cold bore shot at 2900 out. Interesting results. That also puts this rifle now at, I think, just about 940 rounds. So 60 more rounds, and we're going to be taking a look at it at the 1,000 round mark and see how that bore's looking. I've started looking around for a replacement barrel just in case. I see Outlier does have a pre-fit that I can thread in here. There was another company that had a barrel for a Hawa, but it wasn't a standard thread-in pre-fit. It was affixed with a Savage-style barrel nut external. So I have some thinking to do. I'm leaning towards the Outlier at a 1.2 inch bull barrel, probably stainless. Probably. That's where my mind is right now. So now that we're home, and hopefully y'all have already seen the 1 mile shot. I didn't talk about it on the video in the 1 mile shot, but unlike most people who, when they took their rifles, or when they take their rifles out to a mile, you see them shoot, 100 yards, 200, 300, 500, 700, basically working their way out to a mile. I did it a little different. I went into a mile cold. I calculated my dope the night before based off the velocity readings in the groups that I shot. And I sat down and did the calculations and came up with, 20 mils for the 156 grain burgers, which I only had 16 mils in the scope at 2,600 feet per second. The 144 grain burgers at 2,800 feet per second needed 17 mils, so I only had to hold over 1 mil. And if I can get a round running consistent 2,900 feet per second or faster out of this rifle with this barrel, I should only need 15 mils, and I'll be able to dial 15 and hold for the middle, not hold over. So, yeah, at first I was like, oh, I need to find a rail with more than 20 MOA cant in it. No, I need to get ammo running 2,900 plus. But I'm starting to ramble on. I appreciate y'all hanging with me, each and every one of y'all. Thank you again for the 145 grain match burners, Izzy, and for the empty chamber indicator. It's the neatest thing. I love it. So, as always, Halfmilesniper reminding y'all, stay strapped or get clapped. Carry everywhere you can. Get a CCW if you need one. Never know, you might travel. Not everyone respects constitutional carry. Again, thanks for hanging with me. And as always, y'all stay safe, keep shooting. We'll catch you next time.
Send it. Hit.